G'day, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Bill, and we've been together for 27 years.
And we're also known in Newcastle as Mr. and Mrs. White Trash. We met at Coastal Connections down on the Central Coast, and I met Bill at the dance in the April to 1990.
I'd just come back from a cruise and I picked up the Star Observer and there was the dance on the Central Coast where I was living at the time. So I rang up and inquired about it and went along to the dance, and Leslie went to Andrew and said, look, you're friendly, there's a new guy sitting on his own down the back. And
so I tapped him on the shoulder and asked him out for a dance.
And as they say, the rest is history. As I said, we've been together 27 years. We've had a lot of ups and downs in that time, but we've always been there for each other.
The hardest thing we did, we had a child with another couple. When I first met Bill, I didn't have any kids, wasn't planning on a kid. I met Bill and he brought along a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old, and I actually got a bit clucky. So I put an ad in a local magazine called Preference, Clucky Poofter looking for Clucky lesbian.
Yeah.
And we got a reply, and we had a child. Now, to have a child, we had no role models back then.
It's a challenge, and anybody who's raised kids will know that. But we had, like for the first year, there was no sort of boundaries, and raising a child with another couple, as opposed to just on your own, you've got 4 people to consider.
It was all about our son. We're raising our son as a family. We became a family.
Yeah.
And that
it
changed.
Wasn't about us raising our son and them raising their son. It was the 4 of us
raising our son. We had all our family get-togethers, all the birthday parties, all of us together, including different partners. Our son's mother had different partners, so all together, and it just worked really, really well.
Yeah, it was a learning curve. As there was nobody to consult. We didn't have anybody to talk to or say, okay, well, what did you do? Since then, though, we've had other people talk to us, and we're able to sort of tell them, well, yeah, this is what happened with us. It was an interesting time, and then from there we wanted family health cover, and we went to NIB Health Fund, who we were with, and tried to get our family health cover.
And they said no. And I thought, that's not going to work. So I wrote a letter of complaint to the Anti-Discrimination Board, and they tried to conciliate with NIB, and NIB did not come to the party. In '95, we got a court date to go to the Equal Opportunity Tribunal, where it was conciliated, and NIB lost. We didn't expect it to go so big. We thought
a little snippet in the local newspaper and that would be it. It was front page on quite a few newspapers around the country. We're on all the news bulletins each time we went to court. When it was all finished, Newcastle NBN News, we headlined the news. As we'd go to the supermarket and little old ladies and little old men would come up to us and congratulate us. It was a really amazing time because we thought we would get a lot of flack, but so much support from the local community. It was wonderful.
Our son talks about, he told someone at school he had 2 dads, and he copped a lot of shit over that, and I think it affected him at that age. Now he's just straight up front and tells people, I've got 2 dads. This is my dad Andrew, this is my dad Bill. And he's very open and honest about it. We have 2 grandkids, one aged 3, he turned 3 last week, and one aged 2 coming up.
But with the grandkids, I think there's lots of gay characters on TV shows these days, so kids are growing up seeing it on TV and they're not seeing it as being wrong, and it's not talked about like it used to be 20 years ago. And I think they'll see it as being normal every day. They come running up to us and they know that both of us, they're grandparents. I think for them it'll be better than what it was for Jamal when he was growing up because of how society has moved forward. I don't know if anybody, when they go into a relationship, thinks, oh, we're still going to be together in 50 years' time, or are going to be over that person in 6 weeks. Relationships are a day-to-day thing. We say we love each other every day. We talk about what's happened that day at work. And I think that sort of helps to keep everything going along.
We're together, as far as I know, till we die.
We're planning our retirement and what we're going to do in retirement.
So it's so to young people, don't look at it, don't say it's a long-term relationship. You're in a relationship and you're planning it forever. That was fun, wasn't it?